The man who always spends time alone is very dangerous. Not to himself, he's dangerous to society, other people, women, family, and friends. This man is not lonely. He's alone by choice. He does things alone, either at home or on his travels or even out in public. He is not afraid to do what he wants, however he wants, and in his own way. He's not destructive. He's not toxic. He quietly gets on with his life and business in a very happy way. As I've gotten older myself, spending time alone is a wonderful blessing, and I enjoy and savor every minute. The man who always spends time alone is dangerous for the following reasons. Firstly, he has become the master of his own mind. Society, the media, women especially, the wrong women, will encourage men and manipulate and gaslight and toxic shame that they are losers for being alone, that it's weird for being alone, that it's strange to be alone. That's because they are desperate for this man's attention, desperate for his time and energy and physical presence, which he denies them because he deems them all unworthy. Instead, he masters his emotions to realize that he's been lied to, that being home alone or out, even at dinner on his own, is actually far more pleasant than with the wrong people. He masters his decision-making, knowing that he doesn't need to converse or ask anyone what to do, what to say, or where to go. He masters that insecurity, that fear, that scaremongering that was in him, that being alone, spending time alone, is so bad and negative, when actually it's peaceful, healthy, and very, very positive. He's immune to social pressure because in his circle, in his life, in his environment and world, there is no social pressure. He doesn't see friends, or maybe he has little to no friends at all, telling him what to do, how to live his life, where to go, what to eat, how to dress. He keeps his family at arm's length because he knows that he cannot be controlled or tamed, and he won't listen or respect their opinions. And as for women, maybe he's in a relationship but spends a lot of time alone as well and enjoys his own space. Or maybe he doesn't date at all, so he doesn't need to conform. He doesn't know what the latest trends are, which are all rubbish, by the way. He doesn't need to follow what's going on in the media, in the news, and he doesn't need to change or conform. He's got comfortable in his own skin, comfortable living his own life. And he's certainly comfortable in the silence. Remember, we are sold lies. We are told lies, saying that being at home all on your own on a Friday, Saturday night is sad behavior. Not doing much, not seeing people, that's toxic and negative. Whereas actually peace and quiet, especially if the man has earned it, is so beautiful. And that's what makes him dangerous, because he revels in that. When others will crumble, when they're alone with their thoughts, when they're alone without anybody around them to seek validation and so on, they will spiral mentally and emotionally. Whereas this man sits in his armchair, maybe puts a side lamp on, opens up a book, or even listens to music or a podcast and enjoys his own comfort and his own world. To be comfortable in silence as a man means that he's gone through hardships, he's gone through pain, he's gone through suffering, and he's earned the right to revel in the silence. He's unpredictable and he's mysterious. Unpredictable in the sense that you don't know when you're going to see him or hear from him next. He's not rude or dismissive. He's just very content in his life. He might show up to social events. He might socialize when he can. And then he might leave early. He might disappear. He might go off the grid for a while to protect his mental health, to focus on more important things than just going to parties, getting drunk and socializing and being around the wrong people. Just very quickly before we continue, if you'd like to book a one-on-one coaching session with me, SCG, check out the link in the description and pinned comment below. I'd love to connect with you and I'd love to talk. This man, if you haven't realized already, is so dangerous because he cannot be manipulated. If he's headstrong, stubborn, and the longer he spends time alone, the more he will become this way, he will realize that he doesn't need to be manipulated or have his opinion changed by anything or anybody. But people will try. Women will try to get in his head, especially toxic women, single women desperate for his attention, desperate to get him to change his ways. But he cannot be changed. He cannot be manipulated. He's firmly stuck in his ways, in a good way. Because if you can find a way to entertain yourself in a world full of people alone, and you find that it's actually far more enjoyable, especially then with the wrong people, you'll double down, triple down, quadruple down over it. And that's the thing. The amount of times in my life I've been manipulated by the wrong people into the wrong choices, the wrong careers, the wrong social groups, peer pressured into things I regret for the rest of my life, I would love to take it back. This man may have been through similar, and that's why he does not want to be manipulated to do anything, say anything, spend money, nothing. He values peace over the chaos. Is it a nice world right now? Probably not. Is society great and thriving? Certainly not in the West. Are people more selfish, narcissistic, and entitled and toxic than ever before? A large majority are. Do you have much in common with people and have deep connections, or are they largely fake connections and fake relationships and friendships? That's chaos to me. That's chaos to the man who wants to spend time alone, enjoys spending time alone. So which one is he going to choose? The peace, comfort, and serenity of his own environment. And again, he will step out into public and do things in public on his own with nobody to seek and no one to socialize with. Or would he dip himself firmly into society, into the socializing, into the wrong crowds, into the clubs, the bars, into the social circles where he's got nothing in common, into the fake friendships, relationships, into the dating scene, which is at an all-time low? Probably not. That peace over chaos is something that makes him truly dangerous and special. But also, he's free. He's free from distractions. Yes, as much as a smartphone, a tablet, and technology can distract us and spend a lot of time and take it away from us as well, people can distract us a great deal. The man who spends time alone is very dangerous because being free from those distractions allows him to focus on what's really important to him. Perhaps he's got a goal. Perhaps he wants to write a book. Perhaps he wants to travel. Perhaps he wants to get healthy. Perhaps he wants to search for deeper meaning inside himself. Being free from the distractions and free from people allows him to basically focus and center on the most important person in his universe, in his world, someone that most likely he has neglected for most of his adult life, and that is himself. He's not motivated by anything, especially validation and anything external. He's motivated by himself. Ideas naturally flow to him. Solutions naturally come to him because his mind is free, because he is free. He's escaped the shackles that is modern society, that is modern people, that is toxic relationships and friendships and more. And he's able to be having more energy, more enthusiasm for going to the gym, starting that business idea, pivoting in his career, or going into retirement and actually planning financially how he's going to do so. He's hard to intimidate. That's what makes him so, so dangerous. How can you intimidate someone and threaten somebody who doesn't need you and doesn't want to spend time with you? It's not a personal thing from this man. It's just he doesn't care. Oh, well, we're not going to invite you to this event. Sure, didn't want to go anyway. Well, you're not going to be involved in our social club. Great, couldn't care less. Well, I don't want to date you. Great, I'm fine not dating anybody. Can't intimidate this man. That's why he's dangerous. The most dangerous person in the world is the person that doesn't care. And in this social context, this introversion and so on, this man is indestructible. You cannot bring him down. You cannot threaten him. You cannot change him. You cannot manipulate him. You can't do anything towards him. And also, this is a very underrated and special point. He's immune to rejection. He cannot be rejected because he's not even bothering to put himself into the firing line. A large reason why a lot of men get frustrated with dating, especially dating apps and so on, is they are putting themselves right into vulnerability and the risk of being rejected not by just good women, but just women in general who are trash, toxic, selfish, entitled, catfishers, etc. This man doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to entertain himself. And even if he does get rejected, even if he does take the risk and wants to have a date or whatever, he's perfectly comfortable, perfectly happy, perfectly at peace, coming back to spending time with his favorite person, his best friend, himself. As long as he's got a tiny bit of money, I'm not talking about millions or thousands, just money to get by, to survive, to pay for food, etc. As long as he's got his own space, as long as he's got his own hobbies and interests, he thrives. And he's dangerous because no one can control him, change him, or influence him to do the opposite. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and also subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't hit or miss any of my videos. Also, don't forget, if you'd like to speak to me one-on-one through coaching, check out the link and in the pinned comment below and in the description. And also do me a favor, share this video with someone who you think would really gain value from the message that's in it. So the man who always spends time alone is very dangerous. He's actually so dangerous that he's inspiring more and more men to do the same. So what will you do? Will you go out and waste time, waste money, waste energy? Or would you start enjoying your time alone to the point where actually you realize it's not as scary as you first thought? Maybe by doing so, you too will become dangerous. Thanks for watching.